Welcome back, students. Now we are going to start with the part 2 of this chapter, a very important topic which is latent heat. So let us start. See, we have studied change of states of matter. In the previous video I have given you glimpse of certain things. Okay, so we know that states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas, the physical states can be changed by two processes. One is by changing temperature and the second one is by changing pressure. We have already discussed temperature in detail. That is this chart, if you remember, that is solid is changed into liquid upon heating and the process is called melting. Liquid on heating is changed into gas and that is known as boiling. Similar way, when gas is cooled, it will change into liquid. The process is known as condensation. Liquid on cooling, it will change into solid and this process is known as freezing. Now over here, I'll give you one of the definition, that is melting. So if you want to define melting, you can define like this: the process by which a solid changes into liquid upon heating is known as melting. Okay, and if I want to define melting point, listen carefully, melting point. Melting point is the temperature at which a solid changes into a liquid at atmospheric pressure. Okay, so melting point is the temperature at which solid changes into liquid at atmospheric pressure, and so on. The definitions of boiling, condensation and freezing will be provided to you in the description of this video. So now, as we have seen that on changing temperature the physical states do change. So therefore, when we are saying by changing temperature, obviously we are providing heat in form of energy. So therefore, heat which we provide for changing the physical state is of two types. Again I repeat, heat which we provide to change the physical state is of two types. Okay, one is known as sensible heat, and sensible heat I am telling you because this sensible word you will not get in books. It is written as sensible heat because it can be sensed. Okay, I'll explain you later how. And the second type of heat which we provide to change the state of matter is latent heat. Okay, now what is sensible heat and latent heat? In briefly now I'm telling, sensible heat, it can be sensed. Okay, sensed means it will change the temperature. And latent heat is the hidden heat, and basically more specifically this latent heat will be used for changing the physical state. I'll explain you in detail. Okay, again this latent heat is of two types further. One is latent heat of fusion and the second one is latent heat of vaporization. Now let us see latent heat in detail. Already I told you latent word means what? Hidden. Okay, so latent heat is also known as hidden heat. That means it cannot be sensed. Fine. Now see, over here in this diagram I have taken a beaker. In this beaker some ice is there and a thermometer is being kept. Below it a burner is there. Fine. Whatsoever is the temperature, let us assume that the temperature of ice is minus 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, minus 10 degrees Celsius. Below 0 degrees Celsius, it will be ice. Okay, so over here now what we'll do, we'll start heating it. We'll provide heat energy, that is it will the temperature will increase. So when you will provide, this ice is at minus 10 degrees Celsius, when you provide heat, then in the thermometer temperature rise will be observed. Okay, in the initial stages. Okay, now look at this graph to make this point more clear. What did I say? The ice which I have taken over here, ice is what? Solid. Okay, so a solid we have taken this point here, O point let it be, or let it be A. This point A is solid. Okay, which is at minus 10 degrees Celsius. Here, so which solid we have taken? ice. Okay, now when you are heating it, heat energy, okay, on this axis, x axis we have taken heat energy, y axis we have taken temperature. So we are continuously providing heat. When you are providing heat, then you can see the temperature rise. This slanting line shows that the temperature is rising. As you are providing the heat energy, the temperature is also rising till 0 degrees Celsius, till this point B. Let it be this point B. Okay, so now when till 0 degrees Celsius you will observe the temperature rise. Okay, from -10 to 0 degrees Celsius we will observe the temperature rise. After that what happens? We are continuously providing the heat energy, but you can see a constant line, that is no temperature rise is being observed over here. In the same thing, till 0 degrees Celsius temperature rise will be observed in the thermometer, but after that what you will see, that slowly the ice has started melting, but no temperature rise is observed, though we are giving the heat continuously. हम heat continuously provide कर रहे हैं, उसके बाद भी temperature में कोई rise नहीं दिख रहा है. But what we can observe, we can see that this solid ice is slowly melting and it is forming what? Liquid water. Okay, so over here see, from B to, let this point be C, from B to C, the entire ice, this portion from B to C, the ice has changed into what? Water. Okay, so here 0 degrees Celsius we will find ice, but here it will be converted to what? Water, that is liquid. Fine. So over here, this B to C, 0 degrees Celsius, whatever heat, this portion from B to C, whatever heat you are providing will be known as latent heat. Why? Because we are continuously providing heat energy, but this portion you cannot see any temperature rise. Okay, means when from here to here we are providing the heat, here complete solid was there, ice was there, that ice is slowly getting melted into water. Okay, that is change of state is occurring, but there will be no change in the temperature. Temperature will remain as it is, that is 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, once the entire ice has melted in the same beaker only. Okay, the ice has melted, ice पूरी तरीके से अभी melt हो गई है, then also the temperature is what? 0 degrees Celsius only. Okay, once the ice has melted, then the temperature will start rising up. फिर से हमें वहाँ पे थर्मोमीटर पे टेम्परेचर राइज दिखेगा. ओके, दैट मीन्स नाउ 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस, 2 डिग्री सेल्सियस, लाइक दैट. सी, आई हैव शोन द ग्राफ हियर. अभी कंप्लीट आइस हैज बीन कन्वर्टेड टू लिक्विड वाटर. नाउ दिस लिक्विड वाटर, आफ्टर द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ लिक्विड वाटर, then when you provide the heat energy, then you can see the temperature rise. Okay, and this temperature rise will be observed till 100 degrees Celsius, till the temperature of the water reaches 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, fine. After 100 degrees Celsius, again the same thing will happen. You can see a constant line. Okay, a line is constant here. Let it be D. Okay, D here. Again, what is there? Water is there. Fine. Now, this water will slowly get converted into what? Water vapor or steam. Fine. So from D to E, this temperature, this heat which you are providing from D to E, that heat is used to convert what? Water into steam. Okay, that is liquid into gas. Here also there is no change in the temperature. Now you can see here 100 degrees Celsius, it remains constant 100 degree Celsius. If the same thing I'll show here, what will happen? Now the entire water is formed, liquid is formed from ice. Okay, the temperature, liquid water is formed, the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. Then if you will heat, then the temperature will rise again till what? 100 degrees Celsius. After 100 degrees Celsius the temperature has reached, then there will be no change in temperature again. फिर से temperature rise stop हो जाएगा. Okay, and until and unless the entire water has been converted into what? Steam, the temperature will remain same, 100 degrees Celsius. One thing I can say by these two things, you can see at 0 degrees Celsius both water and ice, okay, or you can say liquid and solid coexist. ठीक है, दोनों होते हैं 0 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे. सेम वे एट 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस आई कैन से what? Both liquid and gaseous state coexist. Fine. Now this from B to C was latent heat. Okay, when what? Ice, solid was converted into liquid. So this is known as latent heat of fusion. I'll explain one more time. Okay, and when this liquid water was converted into gas or steam, then also it was latent heat only, because it was not observed, it was not increasing the temperature, and it is known as latent heat of vaporization, which I have told you. Latent heat is again of two types. Okay, so latent heat of fusion converts solid to liquid, and latent heat of vaporization converts liquid to gas. Okay, now from this we can there are two questions you have to answer in the comment section. Okay, I am telling you the questions. Now tell me, out of solid, the ice and water, okay, out of ice and water at 0 degrees Celsius, which will be giving more cooling effect, okay, or cooling effect. Fine, this is your first question which you have to answer. And the second question is at 100 degrees Celsius, or simply I can say at 100 degrees Celsius, out of water and steam, which will cause severe burns. Okay, these are two questions which you have to answer in the comment section. Is it clear? Okay, fine. So now let's see the difference between latent heat and sensible heat. In the graph we have seen that what is latent heat. In the graph we can say that from A to B and from C to D it was sensible heat, because there the rise in temperature was seen, whereas from B to C and from D to E it was latent heat, because it was a constant line, isn't it? Fine. So now we can say sensible heat can be sensed. Okay, latent heat, it is hidden heat, isn't it? It cannot be sensed. Sensible heat, it increases with increase in temperature. You can check out your graph, okay, which we have seen. Latent heat, it remains constant, a constant line was there. Sensible heat, it is used in changing Ke, that is kinetic energy of the particles, whereas latent heat, it is used in changing physical states of matter. And how? By overcoming intermolecular forces of attraction, which I'll explain you. Is it clear the difference between both? Okay, what is latent or hidden heat? Fine. So now we have seen latent heat, everything. Now there a question arises that why does latent heat does not cause rise in temperature, isn't it? We are providing the heat energy continuously. Instead of that, in spite of that, there is no rise in the temperature, the constant line from B to C and D to E we can see in the graph, isn't it? And in the thermometer there was no change in the temperature observed. So the reason behind it is, you can say that this latent heat or the hidden heat, latent heat which we are providing, is used in changing physical state of matter by overcoming intermolecular forces of attraction. Okay, now see, this is solid. If we want to change solid to liquid, we know in solid there are some intermolecular forces of attraction, or we can say intermolecular forces of attraction, IMF, is highest in case of solid, isn't it? In the previous videos I have explained it to you. So when you want to convert solid to liquid, this force which is keeping the particles of solids intact is to be overcome, isn't it? Okay, so this heat energy, the energy in form of heat which we are providing, okay, to a particular solid, is used to overcome the intermolecular forces of attraction. Okay, and when these intermolecular forces of attraction are overcome, they will form what? Liquid. Is it clear? And so on, gases. Fine. So latent heat does not cause rise in temperature, because this heat which we are providing is used to overcome the intermolecular forces of attraction. But sensible heat, it is simply increasing the kinetic energy. So that is what it is showing us, the increase in the temperature or rise in the temperature. So let us see, latent heat is of two types, latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization. Let us define both of them. First, latent heat of fusion. Already I told you, latent heat of fusion is for converting solid to liquid. Okay, so latent heat of fusion of a solid is the quantity of heat in joules, because heat energy is measured in joules, required to convert 1 kg of solid at its melting point to liquid without any change in temperature. Okay, and so for converting ice to water, the energy it is experimentally found that the energy required is 3.34 into 10 raised to 5 joules per kg. That means if you want to convert 1 kilogram of ice into water, then how much heat energy you need to provide? It is 3.34 into 10 raised to 5 joules. Okay, so latent heat of fusion for ice is 3.34 into 10 raised to power 5. Then now we'll define latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization is for conversion of liquid to a gas. Okay, so it can be defined like this. Latent heat of vaporization of a liquid is the quantity of heat in joules required to convert 1 kg of liquid at its boiling point to vapor without any change in temperature. Okay, now latent heat of vaporization of water is 22.5 into 10 raised to 5 joules per kg. That means when we want to convert water to steam, how much energy we need to provide? This much, that is 22.5 into 10 raised to power 5 joules per kilogram.